Hey, what's up, everyone? Day Trader Mo, we're back at it. So, yesterday we did trade small caps. Today we did not. No trades for today. Nothing was really good to trade. Yesterday, what did I trade? I'm just gonna go over this briefly. VTAK. If you guys traded VTAK, there was a really good pop on this yesterday, and I'll go over that briefly. Um, yeah. So, what was the news on this? Well, they had I think, a merger to acquire a company, 100% of the company. Yesterday morning, you could see this really went up from $1.42 all the way to 309. And I tried to catch the move up. Initially, I made $60 and I gave it most of it back. So I felt kind of dumb because I canceled out Monday's loss, which was $50. So this was really good, and I fumbled my positions too. Like, I mean, I was trying to enter, and then I didn't put EXT for Charles Schwab since that's what I trade, and then I lost $10, and then I lost 36, and then I traded APVL. That also messed me up. I forgot about that, and then it was just quick flush. Then I made a little bit back on VTAK, and I was like, you know what? You just lost like 2/3 of your win that erased Monday's loss. Just to walk away. And I'm like, all right, forget it. So we did that today. No trades. Okay, how about yesterday and today? Okay, so yesterday I'm kind of upset. I'm upset one because I think the trade was just there for me and I over complicated it. I didn't overtrade. I only took one trade. Two trades. Sorry about that. Two trades. 173 loss. I got an $8 win. I tried to do something at the end of the day. I'm not going to go over that. That was just brief because I was just trying to catch the move up on comments based on the news. So we have a news headline. This is what I'm looking at. At the newsroom, you need to have a news headline. Let me know if there's another software that you guys use that has news headlines like this, that you just keep spitting them out real time. Please let me know. I'm not looking into other options, but I want to know if there's something like this other than Day Trade Dash. And I have not seen much yet other than Twitter. Anyways, so yesterday, 254 call, and it upsets me because I was right, and I lost because of fear. So yesterday morning, I was like, okay, well, yesterday morning was slow, and first 5 minutes, 20 minutes later, I'm like, but the bottom, cool. We rejected and we flushed. And then, as soon as I got into these calls, well, I got into these calls pretty high. I got into it as it was going to break this high right over here at 254. That's why I took it for 254, and then we flushed almost $1 down. I'm like, wow, that kind of just demolished my position. And I sold within this candle right here. So look here in the 1 minute. This is from today. I use the 1 minute for entries and exits. 5 minutes just holding the trend. I think it's very, very important to look at the 1 minute because the 1 minute can kind of scare you. And we had 200 moving average, support. And why did I got scared? The fear just got to me. I bought up here at 705 and then I sold as soon as it went down to 200 moving average at 708, and then I just didn't hold this for not even 5 minutes, and I got scared. And the thing is, what upset me is too that I should have seen this too. Okay, we have a double bottom, didn't break that, and it pushed for a second double bottom. This was guaranteed. This was guaranteed calls. I just had to be careful with the entry. And this is why we got to look for the 1 minute for a potential pullback. And here it flushed, and I think most people would have gotten scared. But what I should have looked at too is the EMAs. Look at the EMA support. We have one EMA going that way, spreading out that way. The support still held. We had the 200 moving average on the 1 minute, and immediately recovered. And I'm like, no fucking way. And I just lost. I left. I was like, you know what? Don't even just get out, because you could do something dumb where you full port and then you lose everything, or you lose a lot of it. So I was like, forget it. And yeah, that's why I was a little upset. But I didn't have time to do a video yesterday. Today, different story. I think today really tested my emotion. Now we look at the 4-hour chart. Look at Robinhood, guys. So Robinhood. Oh, I figured out how to do this time thing to split up the time frame. So you go to settings, you go to data, and show a highlight trading session. Turn this off, turn it on. Boom, there you go. Now it's going to be like Day Trade Dash. So we had this really good pump yesterday, and then how did we do today? Well, looked like we were going to dip down, which we did, but we rallied back up and kind of flushed again. Today, what happened? So today, what was scary was this 5-minute candle. And I was like, nope, this is the same situation. Where did I take my entries? So we'll go to over here, 1 minute, the 1 hour. Let's see, how did that look? 1 hour looked a little bit scary for a little bit, not gonna lie. Well, looking at this, you're like, whoa, what happened? We did reject at the 254, which I would assume would have been a some sort of support or resistance. We have some wicks at 254, and on the 4 hour chart, I mean, our wicks were at 254 as well. No potential double top here. The 50 EMA looking for that rejection. So let's see, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I honestly added a little bit too high for a for scalping in. The difference between yesterday and today, I didn't scalp in yesterday. Today I did scalp in. So my yellow is going to be the entry. So the entry on this, so you can see we flushed. I took a call up. I thought, okay, on the 5 minute, it was a lot of noise. I looked at this bottom and I was like, yo, this is a really good wick. It's not a bottoming tail, it's a doji. So that's the difference. And I kind of saw this is a bottoming tail, but no, it's a doji. It's a doji candle. It doesn't mean it's bullish yet. And it flushed, and I'm like, okay, well, that's what kind of got me on that first call. So I did lose $50 on that one. Right here, the first $50 loss, and I ended up being right. But how do you know? You have to have confirmation. The trade I'm in should never really turn fully red. It should go in the direction I'm looking at, not the opposite way. Because then you can't control how much further it'll go down. So it did bottom close to the pre-market lows. It did actually wick below the pre-market lows right here at 250.99. And I was looking at that. I'm like, let's see if it bounces off this pre-market support. It closed at that level, but it did not wick. And I'm looking at the 4 hour. I'm like, what do I see here? Well, we were just at the 90 EMA and 20. MACD still green. I'm like, we could still have some good moves up. Doesn't mean the trend will be going in the red direction. Not yet. Maybe a couple days, maybe next week. So, anyways, we rally back up, right? It's going. It makes a huge wick. What happened here? This is why I say the news is important. You need to have the news. Look at this. So, at 10 a.m., Trump tells Axios there's practically nothing left to target Iran. That sent this all the way back from 252 all the way up to a high of almost 254. All the indexes, QQSPY, made a huge wick, and that messes things up. Why does it mess things up? Well, look, I mean, now people are going to likely target puts, and it just will throw everything off. You're like, how can you trust this will break? So now that got me thinking. I'm like, okay, now I got to be patient, wait for proper pullback, because getting 254 right here would have been too high, way too high. So my first entry was 705. Waited, let's pull back at the 9. Then another entry as it pulled back again on the 9. Waited for this candle to make a new high, and it did. Yeah, at 714, I got in another contract. So I'm at 2. Pulls back again, bounce off the 9, and then here, this is when I added 3 contracts. So I'm in for a total of 5. Pulls back again, and then this is why I say the 1 minute's okay to look at and wait for a pullback. You can get a better entry. This did dip a little bit further than I expected, but I didn't expect. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. This kind of got me worried a little bit, just for a little bit, because it pulled back kind of sharp, and I was like, oh. But we had this support on the 5 minute right here. So the first low of this candle, the first low of the first 5 minutes was at 251.89. We hit 251.92. Saw a double bottom. I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. And why? Look at the wicks. Look at the EMA. Not the wicks. Look at the EMA. The EMAs are opening up. This did have to come back. It did come back at the VWAP. But what was giving me the confidence to hold was this EMA support. EMA support was still open. It wasn't narrowing. And then what do we know? We get a big pump. And why was that? Well, I'll show you guys a little bit after I added. So after I added my position, we added another 2 right here. So I got into 2 contracts at the top of this move. That was a lousy 2 contracts. So I'm in for a total of 7. Pulls back sharply. I'm like, okay, we have VWAP support. We have 200 moving average. It pulls back. I was telling my brother, don't add yet, because I did way too high. I told him, add on the next candle that makes a new high on this pullback. Not here. He had as soon as this went up, and then he added for another 253 contracts. Pulls back again, and boom, rips up all the way up to 253.84. He took his profit off the table. Now, what happened? Well, let's see. 10. This is 7:30. So look at this. Look. So we had some reports coming in, which I didn't know. The EIA report. Everything's revolving around oil right now. We had a report at 10:31. Then that really boosted up everything from 10:31 for the next 5 minutes. This really pumped up the market. See right here, they were looking at status reports. So we're actually, there's more build than what they anticipated. I've never seen this EIA report. Please, if you guys let me know if you guys have seen this before, or just feel free to educate me. I'm gonna look into this after today's video so that way I can be aware of what else to be looking at when economic data comes out. Anyways, that comes out, pumps up all the way to 253, and I'm targeting 254. Why am I targeting 254? Well, initially we've had some wicks here. So we've had wicks, at this from Monday. Monday we had a wick at 254.71. We had a rejection here from no, not from there. Pre-market rejection, another wick there. This is a common area of resistance. We have closures pretty common, just above 253.50, just about. So I was like, okay, 254, let's keep it safe. What about the 4-hour chart? I'm looking at the 4-hour chart as well. Well, the 4-hour chart, we had a 50 EMA at 255. So pulling this down, I'm just looking at areas of where we could potentially see resistance, just multiple wicks. If I see a lot of wicks within the same area, that's going to tell me, hey, there is a wall right there that we may break or we may not break. So I was looking for a push at 254 to see what it would do. So I didn't sell yet. I kept holding because it kept consolidating. I was like, look, this is how I'm going to extract my profits. Usually I have to let the momentum go. I got to see where it goes. Because I always tend to sell a little bit early, which is okay. I'm locking in profits. And today, I didn't miss out on much profits. So as soon as it rode up, hit 254, I sold right here. Basically, sold for a win. And that's what netted me 281 today. Right here on this call. Almost 30%. I will take it. Honestly, it was not bad. I looked for the target 254. It instantly rejected. However, it still holds above 9. So yeah, you can still hold and say, no, it can still go higher, which it did. It pulled back to the 20 EMA right around here, which could be a spot to add. But you have to be careful. Why? Because look at this MACD. MACD is not favorable here. And yes, even though I did hold here, I did have some support to back up that we will continue to push higher. But that report, I didn't know that. So you could say I got lucky. I'm going to say I got lucky. And it went up to 254.28, and that was the peak for the day. It peaked at that level and then just kept dropping from there pretty sharply. Why? Well, look at the news. Look what's going on again, guys. So 10:49. So there is currently sufficient fuel globally. It's just new stuff. Um, this is 8 a.m. This is gonna be 11 right here. For me, it's 8 a.m. because I'm uh, on the East Coast, West Coast. Just some comments about stuff, sentiment from the oil. Things are just, I don't know, it's a lot of uncertainty. So you could have traded this both ways. I think the safest way would have been maybe calls. I wouldn't have foreseen this dump to come, but if you see how technicals were aligning there, potentially. But I wouldn't have traded both ways. Today, I'll take it off the table. I was like, you know what? Just two trades, so we'll take it. And that was it for today. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Hopefully you guys have been doing well. If you guys are giving this a shot, it's been really, really hard lately. It's not been easy, guys. This has not been easy. It has not been easy, guys. I mean, it's just been hard. It's not been the best. Still choppy, and that's to be expected with current war status. And this was not the best day. Yesterday, upset because look how far this went up. This went as far as 267, guys. A high of 257. Not 267, 257. So I'm like, shit. Well, I'm glad I took profits off the table. This is what I did good on today. This is what I will love, that I was able to target almost a peak. I know I'm not going to get the peak. Hold on. I know I'm not going to capture the very bottom or the very peak, but if I can get close enough to the peak each time, it means I'm maximizing my profits all the time. or majority of the times, you know. So I will take it. I think I did okay. Um, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think I did way better today than yesterday. Didn't let the emotion get to me. Yesterday I panicked, and that's where it led to my loss. Today I captured the peak, and that was it. So yeah, take care, guys, and yeah, have a good Wednesday. Stay safe tomorrow and Friday, and yeah, take care. Peace.